Yeah, that's exactly right. Unknown's been doing really, really well in these early games. We haven't seen Unknown get taken out early on in early game, dropping Risky over and over and over again. Not sure if he's been fighting this, but I'm sure he's going to be pushing this with aggression. We all know Unknown is not one to back down from a fight. However, he will lose the high. Nope, he thought he would lose the high ground, but the builds are just too strong for Unknown, as he looks like he will currently have high ground. A little bit of engagement early on. Unknown is so aggressive in these fights. He's so incredibly good in build battles, and right now he has the complete advantage over Ritual.
He has to be careful. That charged shotgun could bail anyone out, especially when it's fully popped and ready to roll. Unknown has the high ground. Ritual just going for that low ground peak, and I think Ritual may be out of build, so it'd be a moment here for Unknown to wrap up this engagement. Gets him down, but he has to watch out. I mean, we saw the mistake of that left-hand peek Fallout cost Wavy against Funk in his opening engagement.
Ooh, it looks like here Unknown gonna get a nice tag. That's just gonna help seal the deal, secure the fate. However, this is the new season, and with the return of the pump shotgun, anything is possible. As I say that, oh my goodness, Ritual is gonna do it. You can hardly believe it. Huge play from Ritual, taking out the top 2 player in the lobby in Unknown. That opens the door wide open.
That's
you
big.
just back the semi-truck into it as an opportunity here for anyone to break in the top 3.
That's so big, man. Unknown was low on builds, decided to 50-50 that when Dread said to Ritual. I mean, no doubt that's going to hurt the top 5 in terms of his placement there. He might slide a little bit down in top 10, but still a very dangerous player. No doubt that's going to test the mental. You know, they've been playing a long time here, Fallout. We're talking about 5 or 6 hours. You know, the time between games being 15. That's going to be a opportunity, you know. I just feel bad, man. That was a very dangerous play to make, and we saw how dangerous it can be. But now, Xset Shark being that dangerous foe to not Panda. It's a battle between a Panda and a Shark. Who's going to come out on top?
Pandas are clearly better, you know, than Shark. No, I'm just kidding. Sharks will have that fight 9 out of 10 times, but this time it's the Panda. Comes out with the big dub over Shark. Nice job from Not Panda, who was within the top 5.
$250,000 will be dispersed between all the competitors, and the lion's share will go to first place. And this is like, you think like, oh, not a big deal. This is just an early engagement. We're talking about hundreds and thousands of dollars being tossed around in every single engagement. And there it is. IREC gets... And Agers here might be looking for the beams to start this engagement, as DAP Chu doesn't know that he's here. Gets a decent tags here, doesn't get the shield crack, but that doesn't mean he's not gonna get the green light. He's still gonna push on in, and now get himself the crash pad play, and DP Chu gets eliminated that quickly. But I think it was Hen actually that was popping Agers in the sky as he was gliding from that rift. And we've been seeing so many different styles of ambush, and one of the plays...
That's exactly right. D-Wall off to a great start, though. He tagged for white, so that means he smells blood, as he's going to be playing with ultra aggression here. Michael able to heal back up momentarily, but D-Wall does have about 115 HP lead, so this should have a victory for D-Wall. One more shot will do the trick, but the pump is still in play. With the pump in return now in this season, anything is possible. We've seen it a few times where the player that has the clear advantage gets hit by a critical hit or a headshot and gets taken out. So you always got to be a little bit careful, more cautious in these fights in this new season.
And to show you how dangerous it was, Dusky and essentially Salvage were basically tied 113. So what's the battle between 13 and 14? Dusky's still in this fight, still in this engagement against Vexfire. There you see the tied placement right there, only in the lead by tiebreakers. So this is going to be a big engagement for Dusky to get himself in the top 10. And Salvage is not going to let go. He's going to go ahead and apply pressure from the backside. And we got ourselves a big pinch, and down he goes to Vexfire. And now Salvage has an opportunity to not only get an elim, so we have a lot of the top 5 or top 10 already out of this fight, so we're expecting a lot of changes in the leaderboard when we see it when we get back with Kelly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Another member of Vanish, though, as we saw Erect in an engagement. Oh my gosh, almost gets taken out from cross range. Has the med kit, but needs to survive first. Can he do it? Yes, he should be able to make it, but just barely gonna cone himself in and reset here, but the pressure is gonna continue. Wow, somehow gets a good crack. That's not gonna be enough though. Has not popped the med kit. Look at him absolutely hunting right now with 5 HP in a dream, playing like he has 200 HP and all the confidence in the world right now. Finally gonna wisely back out and reset though.
And that's the kind of confidence you have. I mean, Savage had him so low, but I think Savage knew that he had that team, but he just gets that elim taken from him despite getting that tag.
It was Mackwood who went down early. So he wants, yep, exactly. He wants redemption here. That's, Ooh, Mackwood, though, going to get tagged up from behind here. You mentioned Bizzle's Canyon, Bizzle's Mountain. Big shot to Bizzle. Oh, my goodness. Big shout out to Mackwood. He connects for one. He says, hey, whose mountain is this? Big shout out to the entire family. If they're always watching Bizzle and showing support. Oh, my goodness. Savage now gets himself in a bit of an engagement here. Needs to be a little bit careful. And there it is. A nice shot on Tico. Going to pick up the elimination on Vanish's very own. Almost 6 o'clock in the morning in Sweden, where they are producing this entire broadcast to give every single one of you in the chat a chance to watch and enjoy. So shout out to every single one of y'all, because now we get to see players like Mero pop off, players like Bugha try to work and sneak within that top 10. And I say that, I gave Mero my energy as he hits the headshot, he connects, and that'll put Mero within the top 6.
And Funes and Akone, they may be eliminated here very shortly, as everyone is now set up on their perches looking for beans.
Right, Mackwood looking to have a good bounce back game after he got eliminated early last game. Mackwood currently staying in the top 15. He's going to get tagged up, but he wins the engagement. A little bit of a one-on-one AR fight right there. You don't see that very often. Trading shots back and forth. Mackwood gets the upper hand. 3 eliminations for him. We saw him with the beautiful snipe earlier. Picked up a headshot. Now, no longer has that sniper. Looks like he opted to drop it. 6 crash pads, has the spaz, the purple pump shotgun, the green AR, and some heals, and of course some bounce pads as well. Bounce pads making a return this season. I really do love the meta as it currently stands. Some of the return of shockwave launch grenades, the return of boogie bombs, the return of bounce pads has been great to see, and players like Mackwood certainly are taking advantage.
It adds variety. You have Mackwood who could use the crash pads, the bounce pads to create super crash pads. I'm expecting that right here as the zone is going to pull off the mountain. And so all these players that are sitting here have to figure out how to make it over here. Zexrock goes for the mega crash pad, doesn't get as much height as he needs, as he may have hit something, so he's still on the backside of the storm. As you see now, the rest of the lobby, Bunk is still up, Who Fishy is still alive, and of course Bugha, the World Cup champion, is still alive, and he's just outside the top 10 with 118. So he's trying to do his best. The zone has definitely favored him this time around. Can he take advantage of that? Because that's what you got to do. Gets the elimination on Mero. Mero's run is over in this matchup as Bugha closes that door shut.
That's exactly right. That's big for Bugha in 16th place, taking up a top 10 player, which is going to give an opportunity if he can win this game. That's a big if, though. Bugha has not yet made it in the top 3 of any of our first 3 games in this tournament. Can it be now? He gets his first elimination of this game. Starting a little bit slow here in game number 4 is Bugha, but we are going to continue to roll with him as he's tunneling his way through. Playing slow, playing patient, playing methodical like we're used to watching Bugha do. Meanwhile, we're going to jump back on board with Jamper, your current tournament leader.
Agers goes down, so that's going to be a strong opportunity to Jamper to kind of grow his lead, considering that unknown in Agers, and Jamper goes down as well. So now it is up for grabs. Who's going to take first place? And Hen is still up, Fallout. Hen is still rocking.
Hen is alive. The
Hen
British
is alive.
Wonder Boy himself. He's still in it. Meanwhile, Bugha is going to get one. That's going to be on Bottle, making a second.
Oh, my.
That's going to be over Funk Bomb. Bugha says, I am the King Veteran over FaZe Funk. He's not done yet. Guess what? Speaking of FaZe, Bizzle still alive in this one as well.
Bugha has been always sniffing around height. He's been always kind of second to height in the mid layer, and now he has a strong opportunity to do that. He has the mats, he has the ammo to do that, but someone like Slacks down below as well, a different side of the coin, has to survive. Slacks has been making a lot of in-game situations, and now he himself is in the top 10. Bugha now loses height to the Arena King Mars. Mars is at height, Bugha's at no, alongside with Snoon, and Bizzle is still up and fighting, and he does pick up a big time elimination. But Bugha now has an opportunity to pick that off. So much action is happening. So many big names is in this. Can Mars close this out here, Fallout?
Yeah, this is Mars's game to lose, undoubtedly. Doing a good job holding high ground. And, you know, we talked about, oh, actually, as I say that, he's going to get knocked from underneath him. So got to be a little bit careful. Slacks with a beautiful headshot. He takes out one. Needs to be cautious, though, because he is fighting a 2-front war. Players fighting and approaching from both sides. Slacks with 3 eliminations right now. Bugha right in front of him. Justice nearby. Mars still is maintaining high ground, doing such a good job of exactly that. Meanwhile, we do have a couple others getting taken out in this one on board of the dual screen of Mars and Slacks. Low ground and high ground.
Oh no, it's gonna go up this little hill, and it's not a crazy elevation, but it's gonna be enough to have to burn some mats here. Booga and Justice and Slacks have to figure out this mini puzzle. As down goes Slacks and Booga, it is Justice versus Mars, and Mars is going to go in for the ultimate elimination. This is going to be a big-time game, Fallout, because this is definitely going to put him in the #1. As down goes Justice into the storm. Mars can close it out, Fallout. It's 231
exactly
points,
right.
and he's looking for that victory royale.
Actually insane what this comes down to. This is a little bit of a stalemate, though. A little bit of a standoff in our final moments. Mars, with high ground, gonna chop down that tree to give himself some more visibility, and now he's gonna drop to low ground. Mars, 1 versus 1 against Justice for the potential first place spot in this tournament. Can he connect? Hits the first shot, and just like they were gonna wait for the server to catch up here, back on board with Mars, he's gonna do it. Textbook gameplay from Mars.
Mars, one of the top unsigned players competing today. I am shocked to see Mars from out of this world with the out of this world 21K arena points performing like he's on a whole different planet at the moment. And that is what you're going to want to see. I mean,